Hello, JCI USA. Welcome to our episode 9 of Leadership Live. Tonight, we're going to have MVP Joyce David with us. She is our MVP over sponsorships, and she's going to be talking to us a little bit about her area of focus and what she does with sponsorships and the TOYA program, which is a great program that we have at our annual meeting every fall. So just some quick updates. Our CLC program does close out tomorrow on February 28th, so make sure you get your final submissions in for that. We do have, let me see if I can make it audio only and show this in the screen. We have just released our award sponsorship brackets, and so you're able to sponsor our 2019 year-end awards. If you want to do that, you just email exdir@jciusa.org, and then you will go to jcmember.com and set up a non-member payment, and then you're able to, from there, you're able to decide which one of these awards that you want to sponsor and be able to sponsor it from there. And you can sponsor it on behalf of a business, on behalf of your state organization, your chapter organization, however you want to do that. So that's a great opportunity to get your name out there and sponsor some awards for some really great people that did some amazing things last year. We did just release more hotel room blocks for the cruise. So those have been reopened. If you didn't secure one for the hotel in Miami, we have released new room block for that. So they've got more available. Make sure you go and get one of those. And then today, Membership Development Director Ross, he came on and he sent us in a video about an empowering weekend that he spent at a conference and his new podcast, EmpowerCast, that he's doing. He's going to talk to us more about that on Tuesday. So that's all of the updates that we have. I am now going to bring on MVP Joyce. Let's see, here she comes. Hello, MVP Joyce.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for having me, MVP Miranda.
Thanks for coming. Are you excited? I hear you're coming to Tennessee for their year-end convention as well.
Yes, packing up and leaving in the morning to see our friends in Tennessee and to see you guys as well, of course.
Yeah, it'll be all of us there. Be all of us, and I'll save it for when we bring Jeff on. But yeah, I'm gonna save it for when we bring Jeff on. So tell me about your area of focus as National Vice President over sponsorships.
Sure. So my area of focus is actually called Advancement. It does cover both our TOYA program, which is a 10 Outstanding Young Americans. And this year will be our 82nd year doing that program. And I'm also in charge of sponsorships. So trying to bring in some money for our organization to help fund all the amazing work that we're doing across the nation. So I'll cover a little bit of information regarding the packages that we put together a little bit later on. And first part that we'd like to cover today is TOYA. And we'll have our TOYA PM, Jessica Kling, joining us as well in a little bit. And we have some amazing updates regarding this program. So hopefully each one of you that's listening in tonight, as well as your states, do submit nominations for this amazing program that we have.
Great. So yeah, we've had the TOYA program has been super successful.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all talked about Elvis and his winning of his TOYA and how it was his greatest. It was the only award that he ever accepted in person, from what I understand, right?
Yes, correct. So actually, I'm going to try to reach out to the Graceland as well this year to see if we could get any support from them or maybe messages for our TOYA program. And for those that are not yet registered for our October convention, please do so. It's going to be October 15th to the 18th. It's going to be where we were founded as an organization. It is our 100th year. So with the celebration of the century, we're going back home to our birthplace in St. Louis, Missouri. So we do hope most of you will be there, if not all, with us celebrating our 100th year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge turnout. I think it's super exciting with the 100th year, and I know that past President Jen has her and her committee have a lot planned for the 100th celebration, and then adding it with Toya is super exciting.
Yes, definitely.
So do you want to bring on Jess now, the PM Jess?
Yeah, let's bring her on.
All right, let's bring her on.
It's time to have her join in on the fun. Hi, everyone on the chat.
Hello.
Hi, Jess.
Thank you for having me on.
Looks like we've got Krista and Amanda and James from California and Nate here. And your fire alarm beeping?
Yes.
There's Jennifer. She's watching you too.
Hi, guys. All right, Jess. Our Toya co-PM is online with us. So Jess will give us the info on Toya.
Yeah, so we're excited about Toya. Last year we had a great program. This year we're hoping to have an even better program, especially with it being the celebration of the century. We are actually looking to ramp up the nominations. We're looking for 100 to go with the celebration of the century. But the only way that happens is if you guys help us, because I can't submit people, and our distinguished panel of judges can't submit people. They can only go through what we have submitted. So we're really hoping that everybody, I know a lot of you guys have outstanding programs in your states. And if you take those people and you submit them for Toya, then they can go on even further. And we know there are so many outstanding people out there that we can look at.
So now a question I have about Toya, because we don't personally put on a Toya program here in Mississippi, but I could nominate someone without having a program here in my state, correct?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have to have a program in your state. You don't even have to be a JC to nominate someone. You just have to find someone who is of JC age. They still have to be 18 to 40. And the nominees, yes. The nominator can be any age.
Okay.
But yeah, we're just looking for people who embody the JC values. And you nominate them. We get a ton from the military every year, and we'd like to see even more come through from all walks of life.
So do you have to live in the same state as them?
You do not.
So I could technically nominate someone from Maryland if I wanted, as long as they're between 18 and 40.
Correct.
Oh, okay, great.
It's happened. We see it. We see it a lot. I mean, we had a joint nomination with Jimmy Charles last year. And if you've nominated someone and they didn't make it, that doesn't mean that you can't nominate them again. Yeah. Jimmy last year was not the first year that he was put up. It was his year to make it through to the top 10.
And Jimmy Charles was the singer that was originally from Maryland.
Yes.
But he was in Tennessee. So that's when the dual nomination came?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So it's neat that, because see, I don't know that many people know that anybody can, that anyone can nominate, because even I shouldn't probably admit this, but even as the national officer, I thought you had to be a JC to nominate until here recently when I found out.
Yeah, and we have alumni. We have JC alumni that would nominate people. Marjorie Eastman, one of last year's honorees, was nominated by a previous Toya honoree.
Nice.
Yeah, so definitely encourage, everyone to send in those nominations. Got a lot of proud moms listening in. Nominate, anyone between the age of 18 to 40. Definitely trying to get to that 100 count this year to match up with our celebration of the century and our 100th year. And I know Jess will also be announcing some information about our deadline. So I'll pass it back to you, Jess.
Yes. So we have decided that some of you may have already downloaded the nomination form, and you may see a date on there that says April 4th or 5th, something like that. But we're going to extend it, and the deadline for this year will be May 9th. So, if you have questions and you're going to be on the cruise, I'll be there. Come find me. Come find MVP Joyce. We can give you more information, and then take that, and you have until May 9th to get us the nomination forms. And we have a very distinguished panel of judges this year, and I know they want to read a lot of nominations, and we look for the best honorees, but it starts with that nomination form, and I think this group can do that.
Can you say who the judges are, or is it?
I think we're going to keep that secret a little bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah, so make sure you follow the JCI USA Toya page as well, so that you get subscribed to the updates. We'll give sneak peeks along the way leading up to the last day of when we're receiving nominations, as well as days leading up to our actual Toya event, which is October 17th.
Yes, and you can find the nomination form on the JCI USA Toya Facebook page and at jciusa.org. There is a link on there that will take you to Toya information, and the form is right there.
Now, what exactly, as your role as a PM, Jess, is involved in? Because from what I understand, we're looking for someone else to start working under you and mentoring with you to be a future program manager for Toya, correct?
Correct. I had a great mentor in Angela Clock, and we're looking for someone to learn this and take over, so that next year we'll have a brand new PM who has learned their way this year. And it's finding the judges, getting the nomination form ready, encouraging people to nominate people. And then a lot of the work gets done in the couple of months leading up with press releases, and then reaching out, making sure your honorees get all of their stuff submitted, because we all know how it is getting forms submitted sometimes. So
Right.
just being able to follow up with that, and then just making sure our honorees have a great time and a great program for the entire organization when the day arrives.
So now, if you have a nominee, that state is supposed to basically host them during the Toya banquet, right?
I think I just lost my connection.
We may change that up a little bit this year. So, as best as possible, we want everyone to interact during gala night and give everybody the opportunity to meet our honorees. So, of course, we'd love for each state that has a nominee making it to the top 10 to be able to have the bragging rights and being able to, walk them around and introduce them to everyone. But we'll make sure to give everybody that opportunity to meet our nominees. We do have like a meet and greet opportunity that usually happens the day before, and then there's also a VIP reception right before we go into the gala. So not sure, Jess, you got your volume or your audio back, but feel free to add anything else.
Yeah, I think you covered it. We do like to have that meet and greet, and last year we introduced a few different ways to get to know the honorees, and we're hoping to make them even more accessible to our members, because the best thing you can do is to have those conversations, to be inspired. I know everybody that I've ever talked to in the JCs has talked about being so inspired by the Toya honorees and by the Toya Gala, and just getting to interact with those folks. Even as a PM last year, I was blown away by some of the folks that we had here last year.
Yeah, it's definitely an amazing experience walking away from the Toya night, and you kind of feel like, wow, that just gave me like a reboost of energy to be empowered all over again to do more, right? So with that, we are hoping that aside from identifying a co-PM to help Jess along and be able to hopefully lead next year, we'd also like to get a few folks out there who might want to help on the committee. It's a great learning experience. You're going to learn from one of the best. Just put together an amazing Toya event last year, and this is your opportunity to learn, be able to apply it on the local level within your chapter and your state. So anyone listening in tonight, or any of our leaders out there that know of any JCs that want to learn and be part of the committee, please reach out to us.
Please.
Right. And how can they reach you? What's your email address?
It's very, very complicated. It is toya@jciusa.org.
All right. We'll drop that into the comments here. Okay. You say it's very complicated, but yet I can't type it. I hope it was right. It takes forever to actually send. All right. Well, anything else y'all need to add about Toya?
Just stay tuned. We've got some fun things planned coming up on the Facebook page in March.
Nice. All right. Well, make sure you tag JCI USA so I can share it. So make sure it gets seen by everyone.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, it was always a pleasure to see my EI family, and nice to see you, Jess. Can't wait for the cruise.
It's great to see you guys.
Oh, wait. I do have one thing. I'm sorry. In the heart of the celebration of the century, I need your why you JC, why you stayed, and how it basically changed your life.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So why JC? The relationships, it actually, to answer your first two questions, it's the same answer. It's the relationships and the friendships that I was able to build. And then my year as state president, just being able to find my voice to sit here and do something like this and not be shaking in my boots. And I'm sorry, what was the third question?
How did actually being a JC, how did the JCs actually change your life? I mean, because like professionally or being able to not, I mean, you kind of answered it, not being able to shake in your boots when you spoke, because I mean, we were state presidents together. I've seen you've grown leaps and bounds, and you were this meek, shy, just beer lover. And now you're still the beer lover, but you're like, hi, here I am. I'm Jess, and I'm running great Toya program. So. Yeah.
And it gave me a family. Like, I don't live near my family, but my JC family, that changed my life.
So the one thing I was saying earlier, we are going to Tennessee, and we have every one of the national vice presidents we're going. Unfortunately, Danielle's husband fell ill. I need to say thank you for starting this, because we now have a flat Danielle that is going on the Tennessee convention, and this is all thanks to you and your flat Miranda and taking me to Estonia.
Well, you're welcome.
Both versions of our flat Danielle, Miranda.
Yeah, so anyone that is interested, make sure you follow us, because we are going to have adventures of flat Danielle. And the best part about it is that Trey and I get the shamed flat Danielle.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So you saw it live on Leadership Live first, and this was all the brainchild of Jess, so she has to get all the credit.
Oh no. Just don't lose her. Like we lost
we have 5 of her, so maybe we won't lose all 5, because I am still floating around, probably in a garbage bin in Estonia. But you know. Anyway. All right, we will let you go. So thank you for joining us, rather.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Jess.
Bye, Jess.
Bye, guys.
All right, I do see in the chat someone was asking. It's James, our state president from California, asking what the Facebook page is. So if you do look for JCI USA Toya, you'll be able to find the Toya page.
But if you want to go ahead and start talking about,
I'll go
here. I can link it while you.
Okay. All right. So the next focus under my area is sponsorships. I know everybody's excited to learn about sponsorships and know ways on how to get money for our chapters and our events. So I actually put together a few materials for us this year. They are going to be available in a Word document format, so that if you wanted to cater them to fit the needs of your chapter as well as your state, you're more than welcome to do so. Anyone needing help with creating specific materials that match your chapters or states up with corporate social responsibilities to potential sponsors that you're trying to reach out to, definitely let me know. I'd be more than happy to work with you and create those documents. So tonight, we'll share some of those materials with you so that you could see what we've created, what we'll be going out to, the companies that we'll be reaching out to for our 2020 year, to cover our toy expense as well as our convention expenses. Hopefully, we'll be reaching out to as many sponsors as we can. And with that, I am looking for a sponsorship program manager. We haven't had one in the past, so I think this year would be a great learning experience as well. I do have most of the tools and materials already created. I'd like to empower someone out there within the JCs to learn this new skill, or if they already have this skill, expand upon it and really be able to use it further to benefit our chapters and our states. So anyone interested, please reach out to me. My email is jdavid@jciusa.org. Find me on Facebook as well. You could contact me there as well as follow my page. And we are going to put together a sponsorships committee. I actually have 3 individuals already within that committee that have expressed interest. So if you'd like to learn, not ready to take the lead this year yet, that's fine. I'd like to continue to mentor more people this year while this is my area of focus. So on the screen right now is a JCI USA statistics page that we would be including with the sponsorship packets that we're sending out. We do have 2 different levels, which I'll go through in more detail later. We have a corporate level sponsorship package, and we will also have the member level package, which the details will be showed in a little bit. So what's important when reaching out to potential sponsors is telling them why, they need to partner up with us. Who are we? Why do they need to choose us? So this is just a simple 2-page showing who we are, which is we're a national organization with 10,000 plus members. We do have about 80,000 senators or alumni or graduates out there, 400 plus chapters across the U.S., and we are in 35 state organizations. But with all of that said, we're part of one global network. We have unlimited opportunities to be better, and we empower our members to be better. And with one why, uniting all of us together, which is empowerment. So, and then the second page is really, telling more details about it, to be international, be a positive influence amongst the youth, engage active citizens, again, participate with a global network. We're here to impact the world. I've said it before, we act locally, but impact globally. And we are here to continue our 100-year legacy that we will be celebrating this year, and hopefully we'll be able to continue in years to come. So this is information, like I said, that we could cater and modify to fit your chapters and state needs. But for now, this is what we'll be using on the national level to reach out to sponsors for our year, celebrating the 100th year and all our the Toya program as well as our national conventions. So next will show up on the screen is our corporate package level. So this will give opportunities to companies out there. I have a list of companies in St. Louis, Missouri that we will target first because our celebration of the century will be happening in St. Louis, Missouri. So it's a great opportunity for companies to join us in this historical event, be part of history, and becoming either our platinum sponsor. So we will only have one sponsor in this level. It's going to be our major primary sponsor at the $15,000 level. and all the perks that come along with that sponsorship are included there. And anyone wanting to learn why we chose these items, um, feel free to reach out to me on how to word things to attract potential sponsors. And then the next level would be our gold sponsorship, which is $10,000. We'll have up to 2 sponsors in this level. And then next would be silver, which is $5,000. This is unlimited. Anyone wanting to be a silver sponsor, please let me know. I know we have some amazing JCs out there that are entrepreneurs and have their own businesses. This is a great way to get your business out there. And all these levels, including the bronze sponsor level, which is 2,500, they will have stage recognition and will be mentioned in our commemorative Toya Gala program. And then, of course, we don't stop there. We want to give everybody the opportunity to become a sponsor and, again, become part of history. So with our commemorative program and journal, if you want to be known as the Henry sponsor at $1,000, we will have an acknowledgement of you as a sponsor during the event and, again, be listed in our program. We have the Elvis. We know and associate Elvis Presley so much with our Toya program that why not name one of our sponsorship levels after Elvis. And then the Jason. The Jason is what we call the actual award given to each one of our honorees. So that's at the 500 level. And then our senators, we have amazing senators who always support us. As I mentioned earlier, we have about 80,000 senators out there. So hoping we could get a few of them to join in on the sponsorship in giving $250 to benefit our event. And the Centurion, it's 100 years that we're celebrating. So $100 for our 100 years of impact. And I encourage all states and all JCs to join in on this. And if you can't, you could also join by donating $50 and just be a supportive JC for this organization that we love so well. And we also have Toya program advertisements. We are going with a full page program this year. In previous years, we've produced a half page program. But this year, it's our 100th year. We want to showcase as much impact and as much history as we can. We will be showcasing all of that through a full page journal. So anyone interested, wanting to learn more about any of these sponsorship levels, please do let me know. I will be sending an email out to all of our chapter leaders and state leaders with these materials in an email. So please feel free to share with all of your members. And there's a second part to the form, which is a digital form to complete information about the company's name or individual's name, as well as payment information, and any questions or ways to reach JCI. So with that covers my sponsorship. Thanks for having me again, and VP Miranda. I'll welcome any questions that anybody may have.
CR Solon wants to get a base copy of the sponsorship papers. So yes, if y'all will drop your email addresses in here, we will make sure that everyone in comments gets a copy of it. And then she will also be emailing it out to, I assume, the state presidents,
yep,
who will then make sure chapter presidents and everyone gets it.
That's correct. We will make sure to get it out there. And we'll be posting this in our JCI USA library as well, so that the templates are there. There is a folder in the library called sponsorship. So as I create more materials to help us on all levels of this organization, chapter, state, and national, you'll make sure to check it frequently for more updates.
Awesome. So while we wait to see if any more questions come through, I want to hear your why IJC and how it has empowered you and made you stay and all of that jazz.
Yes, definitely. I mean, why IJC? I really do, because of all the amazing people that I meet. I've built great friendships through this organization and have met so many people who inspire me on a daily basis. I mean, we reach a point in our lives where we feel accomplished and complete. We've established our families. Like for me, as you guys know, I have like 5 kids. So it's a busy household, but you get to a point where you meet, wonderful individuals that continue to inspire you and challenge you to get out of your comfort zone. And then you realize that there's so much more that you could do. There's so much more that you could be a part of. And for me, that's being a part of JCI. I feel that I've given more value to myself as well as to my family who joins me in all of the activities that we do within the JCs. And they love meeting all the wonderful people that we've met along the way. So like you said earlier, we'll be headed to Tennessee tomorrow. And that's not just me. That's like my husband, me, and our 3 kids are all excited to head to Tennessee to meet everyone. And then the following week, we'll be going to the Nothing But Net Summit in Washington, D.C., where they've been able to also experience one of the programs that we offer here on JCI USA. And then the following after that, we'll be in Delaware. We'll be at the Eastern Institute Convention. So, we'll be all over the place. We'll also be making a stop in Maryland to see some of our favorite people there. Hi, Jess, again.
I will be, I'm sure I will make appearances at the EI convention. Maybe not in person, but y'all just watch for my super fantastic Photoshop skills.
All right. Well, we might have to bring along a flat Miranda as well. So
yeah, or just make room. I mean, Jess has gotten really good at it. She and Rob Ray, they had left room for me. But unfortunately, I was at the Illinois convention, and I was not I was like, oh yes, I'm going to Photoshop myself in it, and then the convention happened, and yeah, I never got around to it. But so she's gotten really good at saving room. Like they'll do this and just save room for me. So y'all just have to start making a space for me. Any tips for outstanding young professional awards on a local level? Hi, Bill Duncan.
All right. I don't know if Jess is still on. If we want to bring her back on. If not, I would definitely answer that.
You want to, you'll have to click the link again to connect your camera. But if you would like to come back on and ask answer Genevieve's question, we would welcome you to do that. I know there's a delay coming from us to Genevieve.
Yeah. So there are a couple of questions on there. I know Amanda did say she'll get a hold of me. She'd be interested in helping out on the committee. So yay, Amanda. Looking forward to that. Shout out to Iowa, one of my states as well this year. And then as far as copies, most of you have put in your email addresses. So we'll definitely email you after the call. And then next is, Genevieve's question regarding any tips for outstanding young professional awards on a local level.
Yeah, so I saw the question and I was trying to figure out the best way to answer that. Genevieve, I may have to reach out to you individually just to kind of figure out where you guys are going to start it. I know taking over last year for the national level, there was a whole archive to go through. But like with any project or program, the biggest part of it's just going to be initially getting the word out so that people know what you're looking for and what kind of scale you want to run the program on. But if you want to shoot me an email, I'd be more than happy to kind of go back and forth and help you figure some of that out.
Yeah, and then from my end, maybe we could connect you with some of the other chapters and states that have been running this program locally for the past few years. I know here in New Jersey, we have our Atlantic City chapter who does a top 40, under 40 event. And they get great, community involvement as well as sponsorships from local businesses. So it's really just, I guess, identifying with the people within your community as well, what type of young professionals you're trying to target, as well as the areas that they would, that they excel in. So I know for JCI USA, we have those areas highlighted. So if you look at the nomination form, I don't know if Miranda has it to pull up, but it does go through the different areas that we accept nominations for. So let me try to pull it up on my end. So for the categories, we have, business, economic as number 1. 2, we have political or legal or governmental affairs, academic leadership or accomplishments, cultural achievement. They could be awarded based on morale and environmental leadership, as well as contribution to children, world peace, and or human rights. And then humanitarian, scientific development, personal involvement or accomplishment, as well as medical innovation. So those are the young professional categories that we award individuals for on the national level.
Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, so hopefully that looks like our chat froze. So I'm trying to scroll to see if there were any additional comments, but it froze right now. The joys of technology sometimes. All right, and it looks like we may have Miranda. Are you still around?
Yeah, sorry, I was just closing myself off. Serena, legal counsel Serena just got here, so I didn't want her to, be loud and coming in, busting in y'all's conversation. So I was trying to be courteous. But anyway, so if there's not any other questions, I guess we can finish it off, and we will end it this week. Thank y'all so very much. Let me see who I have next week. On next week, I have Deputy National President Jay Johnson coming on, and Adam Bonnerat. We're going to be talking about the cruise and all of the fun things that we're going to do on the cruise. So that'll be a super exciting episode. And so great, but we will put in the comments, either Jess or MVP Joy will put in comments how to find the forms for Toya and everything. We'll put everything in the comments, and we will make sure everybody gets the information. Check your emails, check everything. We will make sure it's out there for y'all. Make sure that no one misses an opportunity to get someone recognized.
Yep. Definitely send those nominations in. Thank you for having us, Miranda. Have a great evening, everyone.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you next week, Jess.
Have fun in Tennessee.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.